Hi guys, welcome back to Raptor's Garage. On a pretty good evening. It's actually stopped raining, so that's the Raptor's Garage weather forecast for you tonight. But I'm in here on my own tonight, just working on the truck basically, because that's what we're here doing. I want to get this wiring in so that we can bond this roof on. Once we've bonded this roof on, I can pretty much get the cab sorted. All those bits, like get the seats back in, get the racking system in, whether we've done the back or not, because hopefully on Saturday we're going to be welding the new frame in the back for the canopy to go on. Won't take long to do that. We can probably knock that out in the morning, at least half a day. We can have that all knocked out. I'm waiting on a couple of bits. I ordered a water tank, it's gone missing, so I'm trying to find my water tank at the moment. But let me just show you where we're up to with this and what I want to do. Now there, what you can actually see is looking up towards the headliner, because I can't actually get in there and film, so I'm going to show you from the outside. Now the bit that's painted red is the bit that we cut out and shouldn't have cut out, and is now welded all back in. So that's your datum point for lining up the inner roof. Now let me just move the camera. You can see that all that's welded back in and the inner liner's all in. So what I want to do is get the holes drilled in that and get the cables pulled through, and then literally I can put my headliner in. Whether I put the outer roof on or not, I can still get the headliner in. Now I've just changed the camera angle so you can see the back. Now the bar that's painted red there, let's just move that camera for you, there you go. The bar that's painted red is where the racking system's going to go for all the equipment that we want in the truck. So as you can see, once I've got the wires in, I can actually just do the entire headliner all the way through. So once the headliner's in, and what I'm thinking of doing is at the back, on the back panel, just focus on my hand, go on, no, don't focus on my hand. On the back panel, I want a carpet above that, behind the panelling, and then probably below that body line, like the structural part of the back of the new fiberglass panel, this bottom section here I'm going to Raptor line. Now I think I'm going to Raptor line it with the roller, because we've got the roller kit and we've never actually done it properly with the Raptor kit, so that may just be a standalone video for you guys on just applying Raptor with a roller, and then pretty much the inside's done. It means I can put everything back in. So right now what we need to do is get the holes drilled. Right, we're up on top of the truck. Now there's all the wires I've got trailing around on the roof. Now these purple ones that you can see are interior lights. So there's obviously one at the front in the overhead console, and I'm putting one in the back to light the back of the truck. And then just over here, if this stays in focus, and it's going to, that's an earth, so I'm going to earth the lights so they run. That's my alarm cable for the sensor that lives up in the top corner, and the big black ones over there, they are going to just be CB. So my CB is going back in the middle. There's my aerial and the power supply. So all I've got to do is literally drill, what's that, three holes in the roof. So I'll mark them on the inside, so the central, and then we'll get some holes drilled. Alright guys, I've got a couple of X's on the headliner up there, or the roof, to drill some holes. Basically what I've done is lined them up off where the mirror will be. I don't have a rear view mirror, I've never had one in this truck. because I don't use them. I drive a van all day and that's got no rear windows or mirrors, so I don't care. I'm used to driving it that way. So I just need to bob a couple of holes in that, and somewhere I've got a drill. Oh man, I've just hoovered in here as well. There, that's horrible. Well, there's no going back now, drilled holes in it. But I'm putting my centre console back in here, so I've got to get these cables through. This is the way I'm doing it, guys. You know, your mileage may differ. You may do it a different way. You may have the inner head, because there's another headliner that comes with, you can get with this kit, which is the Range Rover Classic headliner, and that comes, you know, under this and covers all this, and you can actually feed all the cables through. But I didn't want to do that because I want to get the racking system in basically, and I needed the extra space. And so this is how we're doing it. But let's get some more bigger holes drilled for some more cables. Now I've got the cables in, all I've got to do is drop an extra earth in and plug it into, there's a connector up, oh no, I've taped it down, there's a connector up there. Just got to put an extra earth in, so each light's got its own earth. You need an extra earth in when you're putting the lights in, so that when the lights will work now on the door switches, but when you want to turn them on permanently, you'll need an extra live. So I'm just going to put an extra live in for that. I'm going to test all the wiring, and then I've got a soundproof. I've got some heat. What's it called? It's like a neoprene matting, but it's got a film on it to reflect the heat. So I'm just going to put a layer of that on because it's really, really thin on top of the fiberglass, and then basically we're ready to put the roof on. But make sure you test the wiring first. Don't put it all together and find out the wiring doesn't work. I'm going to test the wiring prior to putting the roof on. In fact, for the time being, we might actually just leave the roof off. Test fit it, make sure it goes on, and just leave it off until we've done the rest of the wiring. Because literally, this is just going to be glued on now, so it's not really a big job. Line it up, glue it on, leave it overnight. You're ready then for fill, prep, paint and all the other bits. But I think I'm going to test all the rear lighting just to make sure everything works while we can still get to all the wiring. So yeah, that's where we're up to. So I'm just going to drop this earth in and call it a night, I think. I think there's beer calling somewhere. I can hear beer. Right guys, I just thought to give you a quick look at this stuff. This is what I meant about the insulation I'm putting on the roof. This is a self-adhesive. It's neoprene. It's like a compressed foam, reflective and self-adhesive on the other side. It's great because it weighs nothing. It's not like using Dynamat or anything like that, which is really heavy. This gives you insulation and soundproofing and heat reflection. So if I put it that way up on the roof, even though most of this roof is going to be covered by the canopy when it comes over, you have the sun shining on the roof. This is going to reflect the heat back outwards rather than the cab heating up. I'm just trying to think where I got this from. Oh, I got it off eBay. It's from a shop called Vandalise. They do camper van stuff. I think it comes as either 5 or 10 square meters on a roll. You just have to have a look, but it's great. It's really good stuff. Dead easy as well because it's self-adhesive. Peel the back off, stick it on, just pre-cut it. I'm going to offer this up, make sure the roof still fits, and it should do. So that's going to go on there and just get cut to fit. And then I'm going to just test fit the roof tonight, and tomorrow night we're going to get my brain's gone tonight, guys. Centre console in, there you go. The centre console in. Cut that out, Chris. Or you'll probably leave it in, won't you? Yeah, we're going to get the centre console in and test fit all the wiring and then get the roof on. That's where I'm up to. Cool, right, come on, let's get this done. Just one other thing to say about this neoprene as well, guys. Not only does it act as a soundproofing, insulation and heat reflector, because there isn't a lot of clearance between these two roofs, there's very little clearance. If this got in the way anywhere of, like on the back edge, if it was sitting under it, because it's neoprene, it compresses, and it compresses down to the thickness of a piece of paper. So even if like it was sitting up anywhere on this, the weight would just compress it. Because when we glue the roof down, we're going to hold the roof in place and put some weight on it just to press it down where we need to. So if this was anywhere on there, it just compresses it completely. So I've used this stuff before, it's absolutely great. So if you think, oh well, if I put that in I'm not going to have enough room, you're wrong. You'll get it in and it'll just compress down. Okay, it loses its thermal properties, but it will keep its heat reflective properties because it'll still, you know, reflect outwards. And where it gets sandwiched between the two panels, if it comes in contact, it'll stop the panels vibrating. So, piece of fiberglass on my finger there. It'll stop the, you know, the panels tapping if they're rattling. So very good stuff for that. So that's me done for tonight. Tomorrow night, I'll just continue the video on, but me and Karen are going to fit the centre console, so that'll be great. So we're well on our way to getting this truck done now. It's well past, you know, the middle section of the job. We're actually starting to put bits back on. Even though we haven't built the tray, like I said, we're going to build the tray this weekend. So, right, I'll see you tomorrow, guys, and that'll be in about, well, it'll be the next scene. See you in a bit. And it's the next day. So I told you it'd be the next scene, didn't I? Well, I've got Karen's behind the camera now. She's lurking over there. Say hello.
Hi.
She had to do the wave. Yeah, it's
it's
that one. It's her
wave.
thing. Right. What we're going to do now, guys, is get this centre console in. Now, basically Karen's just going to hold it in place while I mark it, but it's going to be really hard to film, so I'm going to show you the centre console. You've seen it before. It's the one we took out of the truck last time. So literally, I don't know how many holes there's like 6 or 8, something like that to do, but we've just got to get it lined up, drill the holes. Because I'm carpeting the headliner, I want to pre-drill the holes, because if you try to drill the 4-way stretch carpet, Karen chucks it to me.
That's heavy.
Like I said, the 4-way stretch carpet, that's the stuff from Vandalised. Check them out on eBay, they're ace. We don't get anything off them, but they're really, just really good. Maybe I'll try and get something off them. There's, if you try to drill that carpet, what happens is it snags up on the drill and just, because it's stretchy, just wraps itself around the drill. So we're going to pre-drill all the holes, then just, you know, just bob the holes out and then push the bolts through for the headliner. So I'll just show you the console, and then me and Karen are going to fit it. Now that's my centre console that I took out, and that's the one that's going back in the roof because I know it fits. We offered it up the other day and it looks like it's filthy. There's, I've just got to take the CB off to make it a bit lighter because that's still attached. But yeah, we're just going to offer it up, drill some holes, and I'll show you what it looks like once we've drilled the holes. There you go. That's not actually in yet, guys. That's just temporarily screwed in so we can drill all the holes. But the original console does go back in with a little bit of fettling. So we're going to drill all the holes now, so that when we come back we can just bolt that straight in. But once we've drilled the holes, we're going to put the carpet liner on the roof, and then all that's done in there, and we don't need to go back in. Hooray! That looks a bit better, doesn't it? That's the 4-way stretch carpet on the headliner. So that's all glued in, done, handles back on. And like I said, this is really hard to film. When we do Chris's or we do Grey Worm, we'll be able to do it better because hopefully we'll be outside. But that gives you an idea of how well these headliners come up once they've been trimmed. So that looks ace now. So now we've just got to bob the holes through, put the centre console in, and we're done for tonight. Hooray! Karen wants a beer. That's what it is.
Hooray!
And there you have it. One headliner with centre console, with CB. All back in. Starting to look like a real truck again. Let's play with the light so you can see how it looks. Now, obviously, focus. Come on, there you go. There's we've only got that far on the back. That carpet's going to be trimmed off, and then a new piece coming all the way down the back. And we're still having an argument whether we go all the way down with the carpet to where it's red there, or whether we come to that centre line and then Raptor line it. But we'll work that one out. But just at the moment, I'm kind of liking that, because that means there's a lot of it finished, and it looks really neat. So tomorrow we'll be, I'm going to clean that because it's filthy, and tomorrow I'm going to trim the excess nuts and bolts off, ready to, because these bolts, if I get a focus on my hand, come on, you know you can focus. These are long on the other side and they need trimming, so that's fine, just nip them off. We've tested the wiring, everything seems to work, so I can put where those other cables are coming through there, there's another light to go in. But that's all tomorrow, so I'll wrap this video up in a second. So there you have it, guys. Thanks to Karen, because I couldn't put that in on my own, because I've only got 2 arms and you actually need 4 to do that job. So right, so like I said, wrapping this up now, and again we'll be back tomorrow and we'll get some more done.